Well, welcome back. If you're looking for something fun to do this weekend, how about catching a show? Now, this is just a preview of what you'll see at Fiddler on the Roof. And today we've got a few people from the cast here to let us know even more of what we can expect. Now we got Ruthie Frosch and Ryan Nordecchia. Now thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
I appreciate that. Now, I personally haven't seen the show, but I've heard so much about it, and I heard there's a really great show to see.
Great.
So for those at home that may not be familiar with it, first, what are your characters?
Sure. I play Perchik in the show. And then Ruthie plays...
I play Hodl, Tevia's middle of the eldest daughters.
Yeah. The show is basically about Tevia. He's a dairy farmer who lives in 1905 Russia in this fictional town of Anatevka. It centers around his family that's living in a very changing time. All these outside forces are coming and basically forcing their way of life, this very strong tradition that they have in this town, and causing them to adapt to a changing world. The main storyline is about his oldest three daughters, which Ruthie plays, and how they find love in the show. And each of them gets married to someone who Tevia, usually arranged marriages are a big thing in this time. So that's kind of the idea. Sorry, yeah. So
and how about your character in particular?
Yeah, so I play the middle of the eldest three, and I think, something that really resonates with me is that these women are learning how to use their voices and the importance of that. And I think Hodl really finds her ground in wit and intelligence, and I think that's where Perchik and Hodl fall in love, is his language is so strong and his ideals, and he really changes her way of thinking about the world and how important humanity is and working for that.
So your characters, they're good for each other.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. They're stubborn in their own right, but they're really good together. Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, so what's so exciting about this? Why should people come out and see it?
Sure. It's a brand new production, Fiddler on the Roof. Many people know it. So many people have come to our show afterwards being like, I was in my high school production of it, or I grew up with the movie. My mom grew up with the movie, so in turn I grew up with the movie. So it's a show everyone, whether they know it or not, knows. Like the songs will sound familiar. You'll find yourself singing along. And it's a beautiful story. And this particular production is different than the one that was done originally on Broadway. There's been several remountings of this on Broadway. This is the one that was done in 2015.
Yeah, and it really, I think that it balances the theatricality of it. We have these beautiful production numbers, and we have an Israeli choreographer, Hofesh Shechter, and it's very pedestrian and grounded and so traditionally Jewish. But also I think that our show really hammers home the reality of the situations that are happening. Arranged marriage and culture and the changing of the times, I think, are really presented in a very naturalistic, human way, which is really important. I think it's a story that is universal and timeless, and that we're very lucky to perform.
I mean, you guys were talking a little bit about the production of it. I mean, this is a pretty big production.
Yes, absolutely. It takes about 4 or 5 trucks to drive all of our stuff that we load in every city we get that first day. The crew spends about 7 to 8 hours loading all of our stuff in the same amount of time loading it out. And usually, like here, we have Austin locals working with us to make sure everything goes. It's a lot of hands on deck. It's like 33 people that we have, plus we travel our own band and everything. So yeah, it's all the bells and whistles.
All right, well, that's pretty awesome. I'm so glad we're able to have you on today. We actually had a producer that went to the show last night. He said it was packed. And he loved it, by the way. So great job, guys.
Thanks. Thank you.
So if you're interested in seeing Fiddler on the Roof, you don't have much time. The show is at the Bass Concert Hall until April 7th. You can find ticket information at texasperformingarts.org or on Broadway, austin.com. We'll also post those links on our website, kview.com.